Alright guys, let's talk kayak fishing. I'm actually recording this on my GoPro. I'm not recording it on the camera that I wanted to record it on. For some reason this thing will only record 3 or 4 minutes at a time and then it keeps shutting off, so I don't know what the deal is. So we're just going to record this off the GoPro. I was sitting here working on a video, kind of going over some things in my mind about the 2023 kayak season, thinking about all the tournaments that we plan on fishing and some of the things that are kind of changing for the 2023 season, as in like the boards and some of the rules and stuff like that. So we're going to try to touch base on some of this stuff, and I just wanted to kind of go over my season for you guys and my plans and stuff like that for this year. And maybe some of you new guys coming into the sport, maybe it'll give you a little bit of motivation to fish a few of the trails. It'll also, you know, like I said, going over some of the rules with the boards, it will help some of you guys before you jump into it and go out there and start fishing and, you know, have something that you shouldn't. So I guess the first thing we're going to talk about is, let's talk about the boards. The hog troughs are, you know, this isn't going to be a legal measuring device for the 2023 season. So starting in January, guys, if you're new to the sport, you're coming into the sport, you're not going to be able to use the hog trough anymore. So be sure to go and pick you up a catch board. River Sports has a brand new shipment of catch boards in. They have the Catch X, they have the carbonite boards. I've got the aluminum board I've had for a couple years now. This thing's super sturdy and durable. You're not going to break it. I've slung this thing off the trailer and I still use this thing to this day. So you got to have a catch board starting the 2023 season in January. Something else you have to have is a 360 light and flag. The VISI pole, they've got them down there from Yakutak. They've got them at River Sports as well. And you got to have a life jacket, so they sell those also. So they've got a lot of stuff in stock right now for kayaks, so be sure to head down to River Sports on Sutherland and pick some of that stuff up. And while we're talking about River Sports, let's go ahead and give them a huge shout out. They're going to be the title sponsor for tencat this year. They're going to be a title sponsor for the Northeast Tennessee kayak anglers, and they're also going to be a sponsor for me this year fishing the 2023 season. They've put me in a new PA-12. That's what I'm going to be using a lot for the river. A lot of my river tournaments, I'm going to be in that PA-12. I'm going to have my PA-14 that's got the graph and stuff on it. We're going to use that for a lot of the big lakes and stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, let's go over kind of some of the schedule. It's going to be a very, 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 very busy year. If I can fish all these, I'm going to try my best to fish every single one of these tournaments. Whether I'm going to be able to, I don't know, but it's going to be busy, guys. We're looking at like 25 to 30 tournaments this year if we can fish every single one of these. So we'll try to go over this kind of as quick as possible, make it make sense, and like I said, that way this video isn't drug out and too long. So the next tournament coming up this weekend is going to be tencat, November the 19th. We're fishing down on Lake Chickamauga. That will be this weekend here in just a couple days. It's Thursday, so pretty much tomorrow we're going to get all of our stuff together and head down there. I just got back from Knox Rod and Reel, which is one of Tencat's sponsors this year. We just got back from there, picking up a bunch of stuff we needed for Chick this weekend. So starting out the Tencat season, it's going to be down on Lake Chickamauga. That's going to be the kickoff this year for Tencat. We've already fished 2 tournaments for any TKA this season. We fished Douglas on October the 29th. We finished in 3rd place. And November the 12th, we fished Honey Hole, and we actually ended up winning that one. So right now, after 2 events, we're leading any TKA. A club that I've never fished before is going to be the Watts Bar Kayak Anglers, or the Watts Bar Kayak Club. They're fishing a tournament on Loudon. Hopefully they're going to put the river in bounds this year, and if they do, I plan on fishing that Loudon event. And then April the 15th, they're going to be on Melton Hill. I'm going to fish that one as well. That's actually the video I'm working on now. I went out to Melton Hill yesterday, had a really good numbers day, no size, but that lake is, you know, we'll definitely catch some fish on Melton Hill. And then on December 3rd, we're going to fish Tennessee Bass Nation on Del Hollow. That's a lake I've never been on. We're definitely going to fish that one, because one of our stops this year for tencat, March the 11th, is going to be on Del Hollow. So we can go down there December 3rd for Bass Nation, for the Tennessee Bass Nation, kind of, you know, figure out the lake a little bit, look around, do a little bit of research on Google Earth, and hopefully fish in that. We can do decent, and that'll also help us for the March event on Del Hollow. Hopefully Tennessee Bass Nation releases their schedule soon, and I'm hoping they have a couple of events kind of down this way, maybe Cherokee, Douglas, maybe on one of the rivers or something like that, and we can fish a few more of the Tennessee Bass Nation events. I'm thinking about fishing one of the Hobies. I'm not for sure I'm gonna branch out and fish something nationally. I need to, I want to, but I just don't want to travel that far. I really need to grab a new truck. It's one of those things, I need a new truck that's a little more dependable and I can travel a little bit further. Hopefully that happens, you know, maybe sometime next year. Maybe we'll drive to Kentucky or Virginia or Alabama or somewhere and fish one of those Hobie events. But I guess our main focus this year is going to be tencat. We finished the 2022 season in second place for tencat. We fished our third state championship with tencat. That's a go going into 2023 is, you know, shooting for AOI, shooting for that state championship team with tencat. We're going to try to shoot for the AOI for any TKA this year. Like I said, right now we're leading it, but that's just 2 events. Obviously that's going to change throughout the season, but we're going to try to fish all of those events as well. So like I said, this weekend we've got Chick on November the 19th. We've got Chilhowie on December 10th, which I've actually won 2 years in a row. Whether we can go 3 or 9, I don't know, but we're going to go up there. We're going to run the exact same route we did before. If it worked twice, hey, maybe it'll work for the 3rd time. I doubt it. I don't know if any of us ever gets that lucky, but we're going to try, though. We're going to try to go for number 3. January the 19th is Honey Ho for tencat. I've got an idea of where we're probably going to go, but hey, you never know. Maybe we'll figure something out before then and find somewhere we like better. February the 18th is Norris with tencat, but February the 18th is any TKA's Honey Ho. Sometimes these tournaments land on the same day. Luckily, the any TKA event is Honey Ho, so I can fish anywhere I want. So I'm going to sign up for those tournaments at the same time. Since I'm going to have to be on Norris for that event with tencat, when I sign up for any TKA, I'm just going to fish both events, and that's where I'll, you know, fish both events at, is on the same day right there on Norris. March 11th, we'll be going back to Dale Hollow. Hopefully, like I said, fishing the Tennessee Bass Nation on December 3rd. Maybe we'll have a little something figured out and find a decent area going into March. April 22nd, we've got a joint event with any TKA and Tri-Cities on Cherokee. May 11th, we've got Loudon. June 10th, we've got Douglas. July 8th, we've got River Wars. You all already know where I'm going to be. August 12th, we've got Watts Bar. September 2nd, we've got the Classic. I finished in 6th place this year in the Classic. I think there was like 34, 35 of us, so it wasn't a bad showing there. We found a good little spot that had some smallmouth and stuff. September the 29th through 30th, we have the state championship on Tim's Ford. So that's the whole season for 2023. Jumping over to the Northeast Tennessee Kayak Anglers, we're going to try to fish that whole season. When these local clubs make their schedule, they kind of work around each other. That way their events don't fall on the same day. Sometimes we do have joint events where they will fall on the same day, and some you know, you're going to have, like this year, like coming in December, I'm probably going to have 3 tournaments out of the, you know, 3 weekends on in December. So we'll have like 1 weekend free, you know, next month. But we've already fished Douglas. Like I said, I finished in 3rd. We already fished November 12th, which was Honey Ho. We actually won that one. The next event is December 17th on Cherokee, which I do like fishing Cherokee in December. And January, I actually won a Tennessee Bass Nation event a year or 2 ago on Cherokee. That was a very, you know, good win for me. I wish they gave away trophies then. They didn't. That was the first year I think Tennessee Bass Nation started in Tennessee. They actually didn't give away trophies. Now they do. I would really love a Tennessee Bass Nation trophy hanging on my wall with the rest of my trophies, but hey, it is what it is. We got a good little check from that tournament. January the 21st is Loudon with any TKA. February the 18th is Honey Ho, which is the one I'll be fishing on Norris with tencat as well. March 18th is Douglas. April 22nd is the Cherokee event, which is a joint event once again with tencat, any TKA, and Tri-Cities. May 20th is River Wars. June 17th is Loudon. July 15th is Cherokee. August the 19th is River Wars, and then their classic is September the 16th, which is like the weekend or so before Tencats, and then the 29th and 30th is the state championship once again. And like I said, I'm hoping to qualify for that again through Tencat. Yeah, it's going to be busy, guys. It's going to be a busy year. Like I said, some of these may change. Some of these events we may not be able to fish, but we're going to try to fish all of them, and it's going to be a lot of tournament fishing. I mean, obviously, you're looking at 24, 25 tournaments, maybe more, depending on how many, I fish with Bass Nation, the Tennessee Bass Nation. And so, yeah, it's going to be a lot of driving, but if you go over just the entry fees, we're looking at a little over $1,200, just what's on this board. You got to add $70 more per tournament if there's a couple more Tennessee Bass Nations events that I fish. And like I said, that may change a little bit. There's obviously going to be some tournaments that I may not make it to, but there, like I said, I'm going to try to fish all of them. That's not including gas. That's not including, tires, oil in your truck, food, B&Bs. When we go to Del Hollow, we're staying in a B&B. State championship on Tim's Ford, we're obviously going to be in a B&B, but usually Tencat covers that. And yeah, so, but hopefully we win. We can cover a lot of those expenses by winning a couple tournaments. I mean, if you look at towards the end of this year, I won the classic for ETKA, the weeknighter, which was $1,000. I've already won a few $100s from NETKA, so I'm already, at $1,300 I've already won at the end of this year that I could put towards the whole 2023 season. So, but yeah, guys, that's about it. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of make a little video going over my plans for this year. One other thing that I may do this year is I may end up putting a motor on the Hobie. I may go with a Newport vessel. River Sports actually has some in stock. The main thing is going down there and picking one of those things up and getting a good lithium battery. That way I can get a motor set up on that Hobie. Man, that's something that would be incredible. I haven't really thought about it that much until it's kind of like become like a reality. Like, okay, I may actually get a motor. And when I think about it, I think about how awesome that's going to be to be able to run spot to spot 5-6 miles an hour with a motor and not have to paddle to cover water. I mean, all these other guys are already running motors. You might as well try to keep up and get that motor. And something like, I may not do live scope ever. I do have a HELIX 7. I do have the Lake Master card, and I can see contour lines and see some of the deeper holes and pockets and stuff like that. I don't really see myself ever going to like a live scope or anything, but I'm probably going to put a motor on my kayak, guys, and hopefully I do it this season, and hopefully I can get my motor from River Sports to get the Newport vessel and find me a good lithium battery. So yeah, hopefully that helped any of you new guys. Hopefully that gives someone a little motivation. I know some of these guys travel the country and fish these bigger events, but this year I want to try to focus on some of the local stuff, and then like I said, the Tennessee Bass Nation. So we're not going to completely rule out any Hobie events. We may do 1 or 2 this year, but right now my main focus is these right here. So if you haven't, guys, please like, please subscribe. I appreciate you all watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.